Ciao everybody! You're at La Tavola di Tracy, watching us live from Florida. It is #Wine Wednesday, and we're really excited. Another week and more wine. So today, or this week rather, we finally did it. We told you guys what we're going to taste in advance. So for those of you that are joining us for our tasting today, we're really excited for you to taste with us. I did post yesterday. I did post the two wines that we'll be tasting today: a 2018 Harken Chardonnay and a 2018 Santa Cristina Sangiovese. So
Toscana.
Huh?
Toscana, the grape is Sangiovese. It's a Toscana.
Toscana, whatever. I was saying the grape that was in the wine. Whatever. This week is going to be really fun too, because so last week we went over the look of wine, which is pretty simple. You choose a color or a couple of colors and say it has this hue or whatever. But what is more exciting to me is the next couple of steps that we're taking into how you taste a wine and what you taste, or what you go through in a tasting with wines. So we went through the look last week. This week we're gonna go with smell. Next week is taste, which is going to be really fun. And then finally we'll end this like mini series from the Wine Folly book on what you think about the wine, what your thoughts are, and what you like or don't like about a wine. And we'll go through it all together. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Excited. I'm about to beat a dog.
Yeah, every time we get on here, the dog's just like...
Go crazy.
Yeah.
He's ever digging out all the sofa pillows.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, let's taste a little Chardonnay. Jesse picked this one.
That's good. I like buttery Chardonnay.
For the record, he loves buttery Chardonnays. So here we are. All right, let's talk about the look. Got the look.
We did look already, right? You know how to look.
You know how to look, but we're going to talk to them about what we see. So, I see yellow.
It's like a pale yellow. Like
No,
it
to
almost
me
looks.
It's almost like a medium. It's a medium yellow.
Hmm.
It's pretty yellow.
Dang, looks pretty pale yellow.
Hmm.
Anyways.
Anyway, pale yellow. Let's talk about the smell.
That's what we're doing today?
Mm-hmm. So, for those of you that are tasting with us, this is, so first, I guess let's back it up a second. So, this is going to be, we're going to go over some smelling tips. How to smell your wine. There is actually, and they teach you this, if you've ever been to a winery, they usually tell you what to do here. So when you're smelling a wine, this is a normal smell, right? Just putting your nose in the glass, you tip it ever so slightly so that your nose really gets like the full smell of the wine because the glass is, enclosed. Once you've done that and you've smelled it...
Prepping your nose for what you're gonna smell.
What?
You're prepping, because then you're gonna aerate it by swirling it.
Right. So after you've smelled it, just like a normal smell, like you'd smell anything, give your glass a swirl. You can either do it like I'm doing without putting it on the table. If you have a stem with your wine glass, you can swirl it, you like holding the bottom of the stem like that. Just don't tip it over. But the smell changes. So when you do it from just smelling it right in the glass, and then when you release the aromas of that wine by swirling it in the glass. And then you take a big smell, like you're breathing in air for your life. You're gonna smell two different things. So like when I smell this wine just straight from the glass, I get a lot of butter. It smells really rich. But when I swirl it, I get some of those additional like secondary aromas, and it's really nice. It smells really good, and I love it. So, hey Ryan. So when you're smelling your wine, smell it 2 times. The first time just after pouring it when it's in the glass, and the second time after swirling it and giving it a nice.
You can smell it multiple times. The second time, you're really trying to figure out what the first, what you're starting off with, what your first smell is, and you can go into 2 or 3. Like the first one should be what?
So yeah, so there's a couple of things you look for whenever you're smelling your wine. So the first, and again, guys, we're following this from the Wine Folly book. We're not experts. We're not following anything else. We're following strictly Wine Folly. So first, what you want to look for is that primary aroma. That can be fruits, herbs, spices. They have like tree fruits listed here, dried fruits. And that'll be like the first thing you smell. So whenever you smell a wine and you're like, oh, I smell blank. Like for me, I smell butter. That's the first aroma.
Yeah, well, it's
that I
a
get.
Chardonnay because with a Chardonnay, you're going to smell that first.
It's very buttery.
Buttery.
Oh, I was about to taste it.
I'm ready to taste it.
I know, I'm ready to taste it too. So, anyway, so there's a primary aroma. Then there's a secondary aroma. And finally a tertiary aroma. What's really great about the Wine Folly book, and something that I personally learned that I really love, is that, so on the next page, it kind of shows you, it gives you a nice graphic of the different wine aromas that you can smell. What I love about it is there are some things in here like, okay, whenever you smell a wine, usually people go to, I smell like cherries or red fruits or dried fruits, or in white wines, it's a lot of like, I smell pineapple or pear, and you smell, your mind immediately goes to fruit because wine is made out of grapes. So it probably, more than likely, the primary aroma is going to be some sort of fruit. But one of the things that I learned after looking through some of the additional primary aromas and secondary and tertiary aromas is they have a whole section on this little thing, on this map or whatever, of like graph, thank you. Did I say map? It's fine. They have like vegetables and herbs. And so now, and this is after reading it just a couple weeks ago, it's like, now that I've read this, my mind doesn't just go to fruits. I've opened my mind to additional tasting elements or aroma elements that I wouldn't have thought of before. And I'll talk a little bit more about that whenever we taste the Toscana, the Santa Cristina. So anyway, so with this wine, I smell a lot of butter. After swirling it and giving it an additional smell, I guess, I smell a lot of pear, some apple, a little hint of vanilla or oak.
I smell obviously butter. This is a very buttery Chardonnay. I smell some pineapple, some pear, some apple. Well, the cool thing about this, and I've never had this Chardonnay before, is it's barrel fermented. Like, so like they do a big cask or whatever, or like even stainless steel or whatever they're using, like being
A big
really
container.
Big. But they use small barrels to ferment it. So that's why it's that's the first thing you smell in this one especially. I mean, that's a lot of Chardonnays you get like that butter, but this one especially with how it's fermented.
Yeah, agreed.
It does smell good.
All right, so I'll talk a little bit more about smell whenever we taste the next wine, but let's taste this one. Cheers. I still get that butter. It is intense in the butter.
It is.
Intense in the butter department.
But I do get that pear, pineapple. Like this one isn't all butter. This one does have like a kind of more of a citrus.
Yeah.
It isn't all California. It's like.
Yeah, there's a little bit of citrus, which I enjoy. When I drink a Chardonnay that's too buttery, then I'm like, I get over it really fast because it's just too rich. Hey, Tracy. So I like this. I think it's really rich. It's smooth, kind of creamy, not in like your traditional sense, but it's like, it's almost like honey in your mouth. It just like.
Who would have guessed it?
I know, I said it again, didn't I?
Who would have guessed it? She'll say it next week too. Trust me. Tune in.
Shut up. Whatever.
I knew it too. I was like psychic. I'm sure you guys know it too. All the OG, triple OGs know that she was going to say honey.
It's what it has I didn't mean it tasted like honey. I just mean it has like that.
Please elaborate.
It just, when it's like, when you taste it and you take a nice big gulp of it, it just kind of like falls in all the right places and is really like creamy, like in that sense. That's what I was trying to get at.
I get what you're saying.
Although now that you say it, I kind of do taste a little honey. Whatever.
This is, so some smells like I was saying, like primary smells I smell, the pears, the pineapple, maybe even a little banana. It tastes maybe a little banana in there. Just be me, but
she tropical.
She's smooth though, so that's what I'm saying. Like that vanilla, like banana. Oh, it's really good. Definitely the butter, some toast, obviously oak, and I've kind of go over like a couple different, and like, so primary would be like, some of these aromas would be like, obviously like I said, all the fruits and everything. Like your secondaries would fall into like flowers, vegetables, spices, and all that stuff, and even some more primaries, but then the secondary would be like your butter, your cream, all that type of smoke, tar, all that wet gravel, and then I always mess this up.
Hey, Lucy.
Tertiary. I said that. I always mess.
Tertiary.
Tertiary. Thank you. Would be like chocolate, coffee, all that leather, tobacco, baking spices, vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla and the tertiary aroma.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good.
It is really good.
I like it. So normally I don't like a buttery Chardonnay, so I was a little nervous when you picked this out, and I was like, because I picked out the red for tonight, but he picked out the white, and it's like a buttery Chardonnay. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, but who doesn't like butter though? Who doesn't like butter?
I mean, I don't like copious amounts of butter. This is copious.
Just give me copious amounts of seafood and you'll be okay.
Yeah, this would be great. Okay, let's talk about that. Pairing. What would you pair this with?
Oh, lobster, shrimp, scallops. I think this is more of I personally think a Chardonnay is more of a shellfish than it is an actual
like fish.
Yeah. Unless it's like mahi, something like that, something tropical. Because I mean, yeah, maybe you could do it with salmon.
Yeah, but this would be way better with. I would eat it with like crab, even like a crab cake.
Crab cakes, lobster, shrimp, scallops.
I'm here for it. I like it.
Even oysters. You could throw it on some. Get some oysters, and you got that acidity, and then like, my mouth's watering.
I know oysters sound good. Fresh oysters.
Select some horseradish or some cocktail sauce and a hint of that lime, and then that butter comes in with those other fruits. Boy.
All right, so what would we rate this?
Oh, you know what? Do you remember? I felt so bad. You remember when Olivier got all those oysters for Christmas, and they were all bad. Me and him only ate one. It was just me and him, and we ate one, and then we're like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't think that I started shucking them. He started shucking them. We like started smelling. I was like, I tried one. I was like, it's okay. He tried one. He goes, yeah, I don't think it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
And he spent, I don't know, he got these fresh, and they were I can't remember where they're from, but Olivier does not have a cheap taste. And so these were, I know they were expensive, and I just felt so bad because they like, I was my mouth was watering for it. Oh, it was gonna be so good.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
I remember.
It was Christmas, or no, it was right after Christmas. It was like Christmas,
Like
New Year's.
almost New Year's. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do like a rating system.
Of how much honey is in the wine?
No. We should do a rating system of like, what do we think?
Oh, for like.
Give it like, like in the Olympics or whatever.
Wait. What kind of rating system do you want to do? Do you want to do like buy again or like out of 10?
Out of 10 was what I was thinking, but a buy again.
Well, see, then you can't do that because
I would buy every wine again though. There's only a couple of wines.
There's a bunch of wines I would not buy again.
Snob.
I think I would just do buy again because it's kind of hard to rate wine because rating a wine is a personal opinion.
Yeah, like this I would give like a 6.
Well, I mean, out of 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
See, I'm gonna go with my old boy, Mr. Suckling. I would probably rate this 88, 89. But that.
Oh, you're going out of the 100 points. The traditional.
Yeah. But that's because.
No.
I like butter.
80.
I would take this in there, and I would, if I could, like have like a actual barrel, I would like use this to shower in. That's how good it is. Just give me the butter.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't finish the glass, so that's how you know I'm not a huge fan.
It's really good. I recommend it, especially if you're a Chardonnay fan. You like butter. If you like butter and seafood, buy it. Do yourself a favor. For what was it, $11?
Yeah, both of these wines were $10.99 at our local ABC Wine and Liquor.
See, she got on to me. She told me we had to get normal size, normal inexpensive wines.
I didn't say inexpensive. I just meant something that's accessible to everybody.
That's what you mean.
You can't get most wines at a specialty shop. So, all right, let's taste. So this is 2018 Santa Cristina Toscana. Their winery is in Cortona, which is in Tuscany. So fun fact, this wine was a wine that I really enjoyed growing up. My dad, my parents used to buy this all the time. It's a pretty standard table wine in our home. Maybe not now, but back in the old 90s, man.
Way back.
I just remember this always being on the table.
It's a good wine.
It's a good table wine, and it's great. It goes with a lot of things because it's a nice medium-bodied wine. So let's talk about it.
We've been talking about smell.
Medium ruby.
That's what I was thinking.
Medium ruby. And I see some purple hues too. I see a little bit of purple. In certain lights, looks a little purple. It looks good though. You can tell that it's medium body because when you look at it straight down at like an angle, you can kind of see through the edges and even almost through the middle. If it was...
I'd say it's light to medium body.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, if it was any heavier, you wouldn't be able to see through the glass.
Okay. Next. So we're going to go to smell.
All right, time to smell the wine. So I'm going to smell it just like I told you guys before. We're going to smell it. And yeah, the red fruit is really prominent.
Yeah, I'm saying like some cherries, some strawberries, maybe some raspberries. But you get a lot of that from I think that's from the tannins too, being that Sangiovese. I think that gives you automatic red fruit because of the tannins.
Yeah.
And there, I just always think red fruit. No, that doesn't necessarily mean it's always is red fruit, but with such tannins, I think I like acidic red fruit.
Yeah.
What red fruit would we like to look at?
So out of our primary aromas, I would say that I smell
Cherry,
um,
raspberry.
but you know what? I get a little bit of fig.
I don't.
I get a little bit of like red plum. So it's sweet and a little like ever so tart, but it's not tart like a cranberry, and it's not sweet like a strawberry for me. I'm gonna swirl her around for a second
Swirl.
and see if it changes.
I'm telling you, it's cherry. There's cherry in there.
I get that, but after that second,
Little swirl.
the little swirly swirl, dried fruit all the way is what I'm getting. I moved from red fruit to dry fruit.
I think it's primary red fruit, but I definitely get to see some dried fruit in there. Anything else? What else do you smell?
Not honey, because I know that's what you're thinking. That's what you want me to say.
That's what you want to say.
No honey.
My brain waves at you.
I smell some Italian spices, and I wrote that in my notes in my book. But I smell some spices like oregano, thyme.
I think what you smell,
fennel.
because this is 90% Sangiovese and 10% Merlot, and I think it's more of the Merlot is what you're smelling. Just that hint of Merlot.
It could also be because it's nostalgic for me.
And your dad cooking or your mom cooking, and
my
you
dad
just
cooking.
all bring it back.
Yeah, it just reminds me of Italian food.
I gotcha.
Italian food growing up.
It's a slight oak too. A little bit of oak. Maybe some French oak. Definitely.
No, you know what I get? I get a little bit of cured meat.
Ooh. Ooh. Little.
I see your situation. I'm gonna raise you a situation.
I'll raise you a situation. I can see maybe, that, but
I get some dried fruit or cured dried fruit. We already talked about that. Cured meat is what I also smell in this.
I'm gonna raise you that. I'm gonna give you a taste.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's really smooth.
It is really smooth. But it's
really simple. It's really simple. It's not complex at all.
Tiny bit sweet.
Yeah.
Tiny bit.
I would agree with that. It is there's like a boop, like a tiny bit of sweet, but it's not.
That's
crazy.
what when I tasted it, I felt the boop in my mouth.
But she's smooth.
She's smooth because she doesn't have it. It's got just like an easy tannins to it. It's not like. You see this? and she calls me shoulders over here while dancing. I think the tannins are a lot smoother in this one, but I think the reason why is because of the sweetness of it. I mean, this is a very inexpensive wine too. It's $10.
Yeah.
So it's not like.
It's a really great table wine, and it's accessible. You can buy it at a lot of different stores, and it goes with a lot of things.
Lamb, poultry. You can do this just about anything, especially like I think this you could even get away with some seafoods.
Because it's not full bodied.
Like red meat seafoods, I think you could get away with it. It's not a full body, and it's more. I think it's more light than medium. So I think you could get away with some seafoods, but it would definitely have to be like salmon. What else? Maybe even a little tuna.
Yeah, tuna would be good.
Like sashimi. I think that would be. Would that give you the mouth watering again?
We're about to eat. That's why. He smells the food in the back. That's
like, just could you imagine that fat, tuna like the like bluefin or something like that, and just kind of melting, and like that fat and like butter over that tuna and then just bringing that in there. Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We gotta do some sushi.
So yeah, we should.
Hashtag F Corona.
We can still get sushi if they've opened.
Why did I do
We got sushi at Ken's.
that? I know.
I did a restaurant feature on them.
Because they bomb.com.
They are the best in Tampa Bay. So anyway, the grape is 90% Sangiovese, 10% Merlot. I think we both agree we like it. You can pair it with anything. It's an awesome wine. I'm here for it.
I think it's more nostalgic for you.
It is nostalgic.
I enjoy it.
It reminds me of my family, of my, you know, sitting around the dinner table, younger, no worries.
No bills.
No bills.
Oh, no
now
bill.
that I'm an
Remember
adult,
no
I'm like,
bills?
man, I miss that.
Man,
Yeah.
well, life was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Old bills, they get you.
What are you gonna do?
Invent a time machine.
Likely.
Yo, why you hate on my dreams? When I go back in time, guess who's not coming with me? I'll be back there. That's
All right. Any parting thoughts?
yeah, definitely worth the buy. Both personally, the Chardonnay is great. Honestly, it's shellfish, any shellfish whatsoever, scallops, oysters, lobster, even mahi, like those type of grouper would be. I think grouper would be good with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the Chardonnay, I think you get away with some seafood with the Toscana. I wouldn't recommend doing that in front of actual Italians.
It's a thing, guys. You drink white wine when you want to eat seafood or lighter dishes or fish, and you drink red wine when you eat meats.
When you drink meats, you drink those old dried, cured fruits. I mean meats. Is that what you said? Which one?
Yes.
I would definitely buy this one again. But this one would be kind of like if I've just been drinking. Like, I like to start off with good wine. I'm a snob now. It's not my fault. It's the wine's fault. The wine made me do it. The wine made me like it.
The wine makes all of us do it.
But I'm just saying, because good wine, I mean, who doesn't want to drink good wine all the time?
Yeah, but sometimes, like for an everyday bottle, even at $11,
Yeah.
you know, a year or two ago, we weren't getting $11 bottles of wine.
A year or two ago?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you were buying, but I was buying whatever was cheapest.
A year or two ago, I bought that Heights.
I'm
Trail
talking
sock.
about for normal stuff.
Hashtag Heights seller. Go check anything out in Heights. Zinfadel's good.
Hey, James.
Cabs are good. 2012 Trailside. Personal opinion, but I think it's better than a Martha's Vineyard. Just saying. 2012 though. Make sure to get that correct here.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Today you guys learned about smelling wine, what to smell, how to smell,
drinking more wine.
primary, secondary, tertiary aromas. Next week, like I said, is going to be super exciting because we're going to talk about tasting the wine, and there is so much to know. There's a lot of things you can find out about wine by tasting it. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun one.
Ryan's excited. He gives heart
eyes.
Heart eyes.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
I am going to go live this weekend. It's been a few weeks. I need to cook. I need to cook live with you guys, for you guys. So I will be cooking live this weekend. I haven't decided if it's going to be Friday or Saturday, but that morning I will post the ingredients. Cook with me. Otherwise, watch me cook, and let's have a good time.
Stick around and watch me eat, because I want to enjoy it.
It's gonna be fun. Well, thanks guys for joining us. We'll see you next week on hashtag Wine Wednesday. Say bye, Pete.
Say bye. Oh, you're not talking right now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.